Okay, next we have the front exhaust manifold. Next we have this EGR bracket that attaches to that rear cylinder head. This top bolt's kind of tricky to get in. I had to loosen up the back bolt to get it to move. Okay, now we're ready to install the intake manifold. We have these two side seals that go on here and here, and then we have these seals that go on each cylinder head. So there are little notches in here that go into holes that are on the engine block. And there's a note on the instructions that say do not use any sort of sealer or silicone sealer on these gaskets. The only place you should use them are in the corners between the end seals and these gaskets here. So upon further inspection, it seems like that this this port right here is kind of making it difficult to put the intake in. So I'm just going to detach this bracket in the back. It's only 3 bolts, just so I can pull it back, put the intake on. I'm just going to put some silicone in the corners. Okay, now we're going to tighten all the intake bolts. Okay, let's put this side bracket back on. goes in there. This part goes in the engine. Okay, next we have this crossover pipe for the exhaust. We have a new little steel ring here. We have this little shield thing that goes in the back. Can't forget about these guys. This is much faster. Okay, next we have this bracket that the torque strut attaches to that goes on this front cylinder head. This would have been good to put on before the intake because this coolant temp sensor is in the way, so I'm going to have to take it out to move it. So 19. Okay, now we have enough room to put this on. Next we have the EGR valve. I got a new gasket for it. That's this pipe. Okay, let's put the coolant temp sensor back in. I wrapped some Teflon tape around it. Man, these gear wrenches are so sweet. This is a good time to put the spark plugs in. Okay, now we're ready to put the rocker arms and push rods in. And like I said, when I took them off, you have to make sure that you put them back in the same spot. So you have to be very, very organized. One thing I did was I just ran a wire and some compressed air through the push rods so that you can sort of see through them and make sure that there's no blockage, so the oil supply can properly be transported. Before we put the push rods and rocker arms in, we have this plate here that we're going to put in first. There we go. Put your pan under